you here. Abdul, good to have you here. Dorothy Charles, good to have you here. Yvonne Finn, good to have you here. Cecile Morgan, Doris, good to have you here. Dorothy Charles, good to have you here. Dr. Georgie Mianda, sorry. So sorry. Good to have you here as well. Let's see, our panelists are joining us very shortly. Let's see. Good morning, Dan Street. Good to have you here. Welcome to this Mega Saturday webinar. How are you doing? Good to have you here. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
Are you going solo? they are a wide range. They do have the automated marketing platform. They have an educational platform. They have an HR platform, which is a human resources platform. Companies can come in and develop their human resources department. They have a communication platform that has a webinar platform on it. Today we're on Zoom. This is a webinar platform. Everything that Ash has done with the products of OnPassive, again, they're superior, lower price point. Anytime you can do that, build a superior product for a lower price point, people will flock in. And we're not all that different. Anytime we can find some way to save money with a superior product, it really is a no-brainer. We're just going to come in and use it. Now, the products of OnPassive, and Charles says this quite often, they're not only real products. In other words, products that are legal throughout the world. They're in tremendous demand. And when we talk about the demand of the products of OnPassive, now there are other companies servicing these niches right now, and the niches that OnPassive are in such high demand. Our market today is about 4.5 billion people throughout the world. Massive, massive market. And it's really, really important not only to understand the quality of the products, but understand how big the niches are, and really to give you an idea that, and this will go to the volume that OnPassive is going to be doing as we go into the global launch of OnPassive. We'll talk about this webinar service. This is a Zoom. And Zoom is one of the big players on the block. They're probably the largest webinar platform that's out there. There are 25 others that are out there. But as we look at Zoom, they did about $2.6 billion in revenue. In other words, that's what they made. They did much more volume than that, but the amount that they made was $2.6 billion. Very, very large niche. Now, we have technicians. I have a couple on my team that have come in, joined OnPassive, or participating with OnPassive, and they know the online ecosystem. They know the language, they know the technology, they know what's happening. And when they come on and talk about something like a Zoom, and the OnPassive webinar platform will be OConnect. But as they talk about this particular platform, they really get excited because they see the technology behind OnPassive, just how good it is, superior, lower price point, and they know what's going to happen. And they tell me very, very nonchalantly that as OnPassive goes into the global launch, they believe OnPassive will take 90% of the market, the webinar platform market, online. And again, there are about 25 companies that do this. And the reason they do it is because the superiority of the product at a lower price point. As we look at Zoom, they're a very antiquated technology. And what OnPassive is coming out, these technicians tell me it is absolutely awesome. And when we think about taking 90% of that market away, and that's one product, guys, of $2.6 billion coming into OnPassive, that is massive. There are 50 other products just as good, just as superior in niches that are just as big and much, much bigger. So as we look at that and we think about what Ash Mufareh has done with the structure of OnPassive, and one of the main things Ash has done is he's come on and he's told us that as the wealth of OnPassive comes in, he wants to share the wealth with those individuals participating with OnPassive. And he doesn't want to share a little bit of the wealth. It's not 10 or 15 or 20% of the wealth that he wants to share with us. He wants to share 50, 55, 60% of the wealth coming into OnPassive with those individuals participating with OnPassive. This is absolutely massive. And when you understand the structure that Ash has put together for us, you're going to understand that you now have a way forward, not only to build an income, but to build a residual income, but to build wealth online. That's why we're all here. So OnPassive is a massive, massive company today. It is a done deal. The development phase of OnPassive, it is done. We are in the process of launching to the world, the global launch to the world. I'll get to that in just a little bit. But when you look at everything that OnPassive has done, all the products, all the structure for us, it's all done, it's ready to go, and it is launching today. And that puts us in a unique position today to take advantage of everything OnPassive. So as we look at OnPassive, what are they going to do for you and I? Again, that's the most important part. And this is really very, very simple to understand, even though OnPassive in its entirety is very, very complicated. Many, many moving parts. And again, as you continue to explore OnPassive, you're going to discover that, and you're going to discover it just gets better and better and better. But when we talk about what OnPassive is going to do for you and I, it's very, very simple. Ash made it very simple for us. The company complicated, very, very simple for us, how we come in, how we participate, how we start building wealth. So how does all this work? As we come into OnPassive, OnPassive is going to come in and use the IT tools of OnPassive, okay? All the digital tools of OnPassive and AI. And what they're going to do is they're going to build a marketing platform for each and every one of us, okay? They're going to hook it up to AI. When they do that, your business becomes 100% automated. That is so important, and Ash knew this. You know, most of the people that come online, about 97%, as they come online and try and make money, they fail. Those are just the numbers, guys. It's just what the numbers are. For whatever reason, most people fail online. Because of what Ash is doing, building a marketing platform for all of us, hooking up to AI, making it 100% automated, now that number is flipped. Now 97% of the people coming online, they will succeed. And we guarantee you will succeed. Very, very cool stuff. I'd never heard that before in another company. OnPassive guarantees we will succeed. Once they hook it up to AI, they're not done. They're going to go back into their bag of tools. One of their tools is traffic, okay? And traffic is one of those things that OnPassive does better than anybody else in the world. I've been doing this for about 15 years. I'm pretty good at driving traffic with Dan and Red and a few other people that we work with. We're very, very good at what we do. When we saw what OnPassive could do, we really felt like pikers. They were so much better than anything we could ever think of doing. It was phenomenal. And when you think about driving traffic, all it is getting good qualified eyes, customers, in front of what you have, having them come in, love it, buy. That's all it is. We're getting customers in to buy. And when they do that, you and I make a commission. And the way we get paid in OnPassive, it's a lot like a commission sales individual. They'll come in, they'll make a sale, maybe they make 10%, they do a $100 sale, they make 10%. That's kind of how OnPassive works. As OnPassive starts driving traffic, and OnPassive is primarily a customer-based business, even though we have the privilege to participate with OnPassive, but they are going to bring in massive amounts of customers. As a certain percentage of those customers land in your organization, you get paid, okay? And again, $100, 10%, you'd make $10. But the amount of people coming into OnPassive is going to be tremendous. You're going to get more than one or two sales. I can guarantee that. So that's how OnPassive works. As we come in, they're going to go to work for us. They're going to build an automated marketing platform, hook it up to AI, 100% automated. So important you understand that. Drive traffic, bring customers in. As customers land in your organization, you will get paid, okay? Now, what happens when OnPassive goes into the global launch of OnPassive? Okay. Number one, there's going to be an explosion online. This is going to be something that you've never seen before. OnPassive, when they go into the global launch, they will launch as a unicorn company, a company that has a value of over $1 billion. Okay. Again, that's never been done again. Everything that OnPassive is doing is revolutionary. So as they go into the global launch, those individuals coming into OnPassive, how do they come into OnPassive? Before I go there, let's talk about how you come into OnPassive. And I want to talk about the founding position and the global launch. Today, there's a position, is the founder position. It is a $97 position. What it does, as you come in, it locks you into the company of OnPassive. It locks you into the pay structure of OnPassive. The founding membership is extremely powerful. And the founding membership is going to end very, very quickly. We have a very, very short window. Today, I think Julie talked about it. There's 1,080,000 founders in OnPassive today. Very, very powerful position. And it's powerful for a couple of reasons. Number one, it locks you into the company of OnPassive, locks you into the pay structure. Pay structure really, really important. But not only that, OnPassive is actually going to start going to work for you very, very quickly to build your organization. Anytime you can do that, anytime you can start building your organization, it cuts time frames. It gives you the ability to take care of that bottom line quicker, sooner rather than later. It's a really, really powerful thing. And then as we go into the global launch, the founding members, there will be bonuses. There will be additional traffic that OnPassive will drive to your business. And again, all this is geared to build your business quicker so that you can take care of that bottom line as quickly as you can. So the founding membership, $97, it is a one-time payment. Both of the fees that I'm going to be talking about are one-time payments. You'll go out of pocket once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. That's one of the ingenious things about OnPassive. Now, as we talk about the founding membership and then the global launch of OnPassive, what happens when OnPassive goes into the global launch? The founding members will have to come into OnPassive, that's you and I, those individuals participating with OnPassive, and we will have to pay a subscription fee. Again, this is the second fee that I'll talk about. It is right around $300. It's going to be between $200 and $300. I just say $300. We'll have to come in, pay the subscription fee, and when we do that, we get all the tools of OnPassive. Okay. Once that happens, we go into our back office, we click a button, we become independent resellers of the IT products. Why is that so important? We all have to have the title, the independent resellers of the IT product, to get paid by OnPassive. And that has to do with the regulators around the world. We have to have that title. Let's back up to the subscription fee. As we come in and pay that subscription fee, I've already told you we get all the products of OnPassive. Why that is so important is that's when OnPassive is going to build the marketing platform for all of us. They're going to come in, they're going to use the IT tools of OnPassive, they're going to build a marketing platform, hook it up to AI, 100% automated, drive traffic through it. And as they do that, and customers land underneath us, and again, OnPassive is primarily customer-based business, we get paid off the customers that land in our organization. That is how OnPassive works, guys. It's not complicated. When you think about the two fees, you will go out of pocket once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. The $300 fee, it is a monthly fee, but OnPassive guarantees that monthly fee you'll pay once, you'll never have to pay it again. The preceding months, that $300 that we will owe OnPassive for them to go to work for us will come out of the profits we make with OnPassive. That's a done deal. Ash has told us, do not worry about the second, third, fourth month. You will pay that from the proceeds of OnPassive. So as we look at OnPassive and what they're doing, they're giving us a way forward with 100% automated business, letting them go to work for us, bringing customers in. And as customers come in, this is so ingenious. They're going to manage the customer, they're going to manage the sale, and they're going to manage as the customers use the products of OnPassive. We don't have to do any of that. And if you're online and you're new, and you can't manage, you don't want to manage a business, you don't want to manage customers, you don't want to manage any aspect of a business. That's what Ash has done. This is the way OnPassive is structured. Now, obviously, if you're an individual that wants to come in and you're a team builder, or you're an individual that sell product online, there are ways to do that within OnPassive. And the advantages to that, obviously, if you're a team builder, people into your organization, every time you bring someone in, that's another cash register. You will cut time frames. You will get to that place where you're not worried about finances. You'll just take care of that bottom line. Same with the individual that sells products. They can come in, sell products. Again, they're just going to cut time frames. But whether you're one of those individuals or you're an individual that can't do anything, you don't have the skill sets, the inclination, or the time to do it, that's okay. We will all get to that place with OnPassive where we just don't worry about money. OnPassive, because of what they do, because of the sheer volume they're going to be doing, the amount your organization is going to grow because of OnPassive going to work for you, you will get to that place where you don't worry about finances. And that's where we all want to be. I want to talk about volume just very, very quickly. Again, it's so important for you to understand how much volume is going to be coming in. And as I talk about 4 different products of OnPassive, I think you'll get an idea of what's going to be happening as we go into the global launch. And the 4 products I want to talk about is their traffic source. I want to talk about their educational platform, O Academy, their HR platform, which is O Staff. And then I want to talk about one other one. What was it? O Connect, obviously the webinar platform. When we look at these 3 niches, they are massive. There are companies right now that are servicing these niches today, and the revenue that they bring in is $483 billion a year. Massive, massive niches. Now, I believe OnPassive, because their product's superior at a lower price point, I believe they'll take 10% of that market away very, very easily. And if they do that, it's $43.8 billion that will be coming into OnPassive. Why is that important? Number one, as customers come in and use the products of OnPassive, they're going to use it monthly, and they're going to pay a monthly fee. They have no problem doing that. They're doing it now with other products, but with OnPassive, superior lower price point, they're going to have no problem doing that. What does that do for you and I? It gives us the ability to build an income, build a residual income because they're paying monthly, and then build wealth online because OnPassive is going to have tremendous longevity. Now that's just 10%. It's $48 billion coming into OnPassive. We know Ash is going to share the majority of the wealth with us. 4 products. We know there are 50 products. When you start to extrapolate the amount of business that OnPassive is going to do the first year, and the amount of income wealth that's going to be coming into OnPassive, and how that's going to be spread out over the founding members of OnPassive, it's extraordinary. That's just the first year, 10%. I think they're going to do so much more than that with just those 4 products, not to mention the other 42 products that they have. So this is OnPassive. OnPassive was built for you and I to have a way forward to take care of that bottom line, an actual way to come on, build income, build residual income, and build wealth. So what's happening with OnPassive today? Today we've got 4 panelists with us. Normally we have 5 or 6, and the reason everybody isn't here is because we had a very, very long night last night, and Ash Mufareh came out and did a webinar for the founding members of OnPassive. It was extraordinary, and we're not thinking about the launch of OnPassive, the global launch of OnPassive. It is happening right now, and that's why when I tell you the window is very, very short to come in and become a founding member, it really is. I would recommend you come in, become a founding member, pay that $97, and then you're going to be able to go into the back office and watch the last 2 webinars that Ash has done for us. It's going to give you a roadmap of exactly where we are, exactly where we're going. And unlike the panelists that are here, Red, Julie, and Dan, and I, who have been doing this for 2.5 years, and by the way, it's been a tremendous journey. We've loved every minute of it. That journey's over, guys. We are in the global launch of OnPassive. And if you're coming into OnPassive now, you don't have to wait. You don't have that wait that we had. We're there. We're going into the global launch, and money will start changing hands very, very quickly. So this is a very, very exciting time. If you're not a founding member, come on in, pay the $97, continue to explore. And as you explore, not only you're going to be excited, you're going to be giddy, absolutely giddy. That we absolutely love it. I mean, Red's been up for probably 48 hours, but he's come on and he's going to tell you a few things you need to do. And believe me, you want to do them. So Red, I'm going to turn it over to you. Maybe you can tell them how they come in, the process, that type of thing, and then add a little bit more wisdom. I know you always have some great things to say. Yeah, we're there, guys. Go ahead, Red.
Thanks very much, Mike. A fantastic presentation as always. So you've listened to Mike, it's perked your interest and you want to get on board with us as a founder. Now, remember, Mike said you need to get back to the person who has invited you to this webinar today. And you say to that guy, loved what it was, I'm really interested, what do I have to do? Quite simply, you say to the person, can I register with OnPassive? That person will facilitate you with a registration link. This is all done online. You click the link, you put in your details, which is your first name, last name, and a viable email. You press register, and then the next thing will pop up is a payment gateway. Within that payment gateway, you can pay by Visa, MasterCard, debit or credit card. This is the preferred method because it is instant. Okay, There is a small charge of $5 from the bank, so it'll make that 97 into 102, but no big deal, $5 to go to the bank. You can also pay by other means as well, depending on your country. Cryptocurrency is also one of them, but there is up to 48 hours wait period for this. Once you have done that and you have been processed, the next thing that will pop up is a thing called an NDA. This is a non-disclosure agreement. This is in place for two reasons, guys. One, to protect you as the consumer and founder of OnPassive, but also the company itself. It also points out how serious OnPassive are about their business. We are here for the long haul, guys. This is not a get rich quick or anything like this. This is a proper, legal, legitimate business. And part of this NDA is to prove that it is what we say it is. It protects you, and it also protects the company of OnPassive itself. It's 5 pages long, lots of big words that are way over here on my head. You can actually print it off prior to signing it. You can take it to a legal department, get them to look over it. If you're happy with it anyway, scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's 2 check boxes that you have to tick to make sure that you agree to the terms and conditions of this NDA. You can digitally sign it using a smart device, or you can sign it as well digitally via your PC. Once that's done, that's you. You're a founder, guys. You are what Mike says, locked in your position in OnPassive, and locked yourself, more importantly, into that pay structure, which is what we're all about at the end of the day. So what happens next? You get access to the founders only back office. Within the back office, there is lots of goodies for founders only. There is a community. There's old webinars that you can watch the recordings of. There is links that are bespoke with your name on already, about 140 of them, completely different, every single one, that you can send out to your friends and families to have a look at OnPassive. Why wouldn't you want to share the good news with people? Hey, that is all you're doing. You do not have to, remember, because it is 100% automated, hands-free, done for you. But why wouldn't you want to accelerate your financial point that you want in your life by doing a little bit of sharing? So all that is there included in that OnPassive back office. The next time you go out of pocket, which is what Mike said, which is between 200 and 300, but if we look at 300, you know it's not going to be more of that. This is to activate your account, and this is at the global launch point, which is coming up really, really quickly, I can assure you. This is what we are paying the company to do on our behalf. With this activation fee, they give you a domain name, they build you a website, and they get to work on our behalf to promote all of the products and services of OnPassive to the general public. When a customer clicks on your link, they fall into your organization, and automatically you get a commission. How cool is that? You do not have to lift a finger. And the best of it all is that they will follow up on that customer. They will then do all of the customer services on your behalf. You can be on the beach, sipping your pina colada and having a nice time, looking at your bank account and all those commissions coming in. Now, there's a couple of things I'm going to leave you with here before I hand it back over to Mike and Julie. Richard Branson once said, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not so sure you can do it, just say yes and then learn how to do it later. Why have I said this to you guys? I've said it because that window of opportunity is closing fast, guys. You do not have to know everything about it, but you have to realize, what is that risk to reward ratio that you are looking at right now? It's 97 bucks. That's all it is. You could pay by a Visa, debit, credit card, okay, and MasterCard. You're covered by their guarantees. And also the company will give you a 30-day money back guarantee on that 97 anyway. So you can literally come on in, have a look around. If you say it's not for you, then you say to support, can I have my money back? We all leave as friends. You get your money back, no hard feelings. But you're never going to do that, because once you see it, once you get in there, guys, you are going to be completely blown away. Now, the last thing I'm going to leave you with is Mike mentioned about all these other companies that are making billions of dollars online. Now, the largest company online at the moment is, we all know it, it's Amazon. The head of that is Jeff Bezos. He's been having his tit for tat up in the air with all these other billionaire mates. I want to go to space before you do. He's just been up in his. He came back down again. He got out of his spaceship and he said, I'd like to thank the customers and my employers for giving me the money to be able to do this. How arrogant is this guy? But also, did you know that since its inception of Amazon, he has created over 40,000 millionaires through his referral program? And this is a guy who doesn't want to give any of that money away. He wants to keep it all for himself. We have a CEO and founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh, who wants us to be successful. He wants to give the majority of his finances to us, the founders. How do you get your hands on that? Join us. Join us as a founder and partner of OnPassive. I would not be surprised that in years to come, we do not have 1 million millionaires coming out of OnPassive in the years to come. By being a founder, you could seriously be one of those people. That's it for me. Back over to you, Mike and Julie.
All right, thank you so much, Red. I'm going to take it from there. First of all, I wanted to say thank you, Mike, for a beautiful presentation. You are always doing it every single time. You're giving a short, concise, and simple presentation that anyone could understand. Thank you, Red. As you everyone know, Red has been a business owner. He is now retiring, and all he does is OnPassive, and it has been for him over 3 years for Red. He's still here and still going strong because he sees the vision and he see OnPassive as a real thing. Thank you, Red, for sharing that with us. I have turned on the chat, and at this time, it's good time for you to actually putting your question on the chat, and it's only used for our guests. Up next, I'd like to hear from Dan Street. Dan Street has been retiring. He's been in the medical field, and he has been very successful. Between Dan Street, Mike Ellis, Red, and other member has built OnPassive Nation. And as everyone know, OnPassive Nation is it's actually the core group that all together. These gentlemen have had many years in marketing, and they are retired, but they are here to share because they see the vision. So I'd like to hear from you, Dan Street, if you would, please.
Well, thanks, Julie. And Mike, great presentation. You always say, hey, fill in the gaps of things that I missed. And every time you give a presentation, I can't think of anything. And then Red, oh my gosh, I don't have anything left to say. No, just a few key takeaways. We as founders believe in this company. Okay, we believe in Ash Mufareh's vision. We believe that OnPassive will build a business for you, and whether you choose to be active or passive, and that's another key thing we got to talk about. And Mike mentioned it a little bit. If you're a big-time marketer, you're going to build this business. You're going to share it with everybody you have. But if you're not, you don't have to share it. Okay, you don't have to do it to be successful in this business. And over the past few years, we've seen nothing but progress in this company. We've seen the value of this company increase beyond our wildest dreams, and OnPassive is just about ready to, we're all ready to realize that dream, and OnPassive is going to launch to the world. So key takeaway is that OnPassive is a real company with real people, with real products, with real traffic, and with real money. And we know, as Mike was mentioning, that OnPassive will disrupt a lot of the current companies that are in this space. So we do have the superior products with the superior value, and because of that, you're gonna be able to keep the people, the customers that come into your business. You will be able to keep them. They will never leave your business, and that is so key for achieving long-term success and generational wealth for you and your family. So it's an incredible opportunity, folks, to make commissions on the volume of sales that come flowing into your business. And it's key to understand that OnPassive is going to drive that targeted traffic into your site to bring customers into your business so you can get paid those commissions over and over again. And the AI software, as Red was mentioning, that follows up on your visitors, answers their questions, closes the sales. It's all automated, folks. So there's amazing benefits to being a founder, and a lot of them we aren't even aware of yet. So we strongly recommend you punch your ticket and spend $97 and join us before it closes, because it is closing fast, and we'd love to have you and share the dream with us. So back to you, Julie.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dan, for sharing that. Like I said earlier, the chat is on, and I would love for all the guests, if you have questions, please put in the chat, and then I will read it from there. Just a little bit, I wanted to share with you a little bit about myself. I have been in business for 20 years. I was in restaurant business, real estate. I've been insurance business. I've been salon, and I have never seen any opportunity like this one right now. There's nothing out there that for me to use 100% automatically, delivering targeted traffic. And I have never had a company that actually pay me to use their products, right? OnPassive does that. And for some of our guests here, if you are struggling in life, if you're having trouble to keep up your business, OnPassive will give you the total internet solution. Will give you the solution to everything that we are sharing here. So I encourage you to get back with the person who shared this with you and get their link and sign up. $97 is all you need to spend today in order to do that. There's one question in the chat: can I use Bitcoin payment to pay for it? And the answer is yes. You want to take that, Red?
There is various cryptocurrency options. When you select cryptocurrency, it'll tell you what they are. I believe it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and one other. I can't remember what it is now off the top of my head. Normally, it takes a little bit longer to process, up to 48 hours for this process to go through. Like I said, the preferred method is using Visa, MasterCard, debit, or credit card, because it's instant. Okay, but yes, that option is there.
All right, there are more questions in the chat. I'm going to read it off. Mr. Bright has 3 questions. The first question does OnPassive have applications which work like YouTube, WhatsApp, or Facebook? Right.
Yep. Certainly, we've got an application. We've been given a sneak preview of it last night, actually, and it's one we are going to be using in the new Founders back office, which we'll be getting before the end of November. And this is called ONet. Okay, the application that we have within our back office is going to be called ONetwork, because it's only a small portion of it. But yes, this is what we are using for our social media application, and it incorporates all of the 3 you've just said, which is Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Exactly the same, uploading and sharing audio and visual video content, plus the chat areas as well. So yes is the answer we have.
You know, and I'll add one more thing to that for all you new people here that are trying to get a full appreciation of this business and decide whether you want to jump in. You can go to onpassive.com and you'll see a list of all the products that we have right there. And if you scroll down to the bottom of each one of the products, there's an FAQ for each one of them. So it gives you a good understanding of each of the products that we have.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Red. All right, question number 2. If I become a founding member of OnPassive, is it forever or is it just a short period of time? Go ahead, Red.
Yep, your registration that you're going to be paying of $97, this locks you in for 1 whole year from the date of our main launch. Okay, so for the sake of myself, I've been in over 3 years. I activated my foundership for $97 3 years ago. I have not paid 1 penny more, because that it lasts for 1 year from that date of main launch. Once you have done 1 whole year, then you have to pay for that founder's position once again after that first year. Back to you.
Right. Thank you, Red.
Yeah, now understand, yeah, you have to pay a founder's position at the end of the year, but it comes out of your profits, guys. It doesn't come out of your pocket. And when you think about OnPassive and the longevity that OnPassive is going to have, understand OnPassive was built to last a lifetime and more. So OnPassive is going to be around like a Google, like an Amazon, like a Facebook. It is going to be around decade after decade after decade. And the nice thing about OnPassive is Ash Mufareh and his team will never stop developing not only the products they have to keep them ahead of the crowd, but they'll be developing new technologies that'll just blow you away. And that's something that will go on for the eternity of the company. So is it going to be around forever and ever? Well, I'm not sure anything's going to be around forever and ever. But OnPassive, believe me, it'll be around for your lifetime and your kids' lifetime to build that, to again, build that wealth, build that legacy that we want to leave to our families of financial independence. So hopefully that helps.
Absolutely. All right, thank you. The third question, is it possible to open up more than one position, like 10 positions?
Again, yes. There's a bit of a theme going on here at the moment with OnPassive. Everything and anything is possible. You can have as many accounts as you like. There is a unique identifier that you need to have for each account, and that is a new email. So you can have your same name on every account, but you need to have a different email. But remember, guys, you only do this if you can afford to do it, and they have to be activated as well for that $200 to $300. Think of $300 in your head, okay, when we get to that main launch, because without doing that, remember, we are paying the company to do the work for us. Without activating it, the company aren't going to get to work on your behalf, because you have to activate that account.
Thank you, Red. All right. Lyric is asking, what are the products? Lyric, I am typing our website there on the chat for you. There are products, a list of products that are there. If you scroll down, you'll be able to see the list of products. All right. The next question is, how can we sign up our children? How can we sign up our children?
Yeah,
Mike?
it really is the same way. You can have as many accounts as you want. You can designate it for whomever you want, but you have to come in, use a new email, one that's never been used in OnPassive, to open up each account. And then, as Red said, as you come in and we do go into the global launch, you're going to have to pay that $300. So the total is going to be right around $400. Again, one time out of pocket, $400, you're done. From there, everything will be paid from the proceeds we make with OnPassive. But if you want to open up account for kids, especially if they're minors, and manage those accounts until they're 18 or whatever the legal age is in your country, you can do that. It's just a matter of getting your registration. Once you're a founder, go into the back office, get your registration link, and then put those accounts underneath you. Simple as that. That makes sense, Julie?
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
I'll just put in as well, as far as the legal age, which Mike mentioned, it is whatever the legal age to own a business in your country. Okay, so in round figures, it's 16 to 21, okay, depending on what country you are in. So whatever that legal age to own a business.
Yeah, and that's when you can turn it over to them if you want.
Absolutely. Thank you both. All right, Joy has a question. How can I link this to my loved one? Joy, I put in the chat onpassivenation@gmail.com for you to send a request to have this recording. And if you want to send, if you're not a founder, you understand that you need to get back with the person who invited you here. And if you are a founder, the link for you to share OnPassive is in the back office, and your sponsor will be able to share that with you as well. But if you go into the back office, you'll be able to share your link with your loved ones. Bruno's asked, can I send this presentation to potential founders? Absolutely. You can send a request to onpassivenation@gmail.com, request for the recording. And when you do that, send your link with that as well. Okay, can OnPassive help me sell my product? Can OnPassive help me sell my product? If you could please answer it shortly, Red.
Yeah, go ahead, Red.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Yeah, you fill in after me, Mike. That's no problem. On Passive, this is the beauty about On Passive. Not only can you join as a founder and use all the products and services, it's going to do it all for you. But also, if you have a outside business or an online business that you have right now, you can host that on the On Passive platform. As long as it's legal, legitimate, and approved by On Passive, you can host it on that platform. There will be a marketplace like we have on Facebook now that you can actually sell your wares to all of the foundership and many other people as well. You can also use the traffic services of On Passive to get more eyes in front of your business. Remember, On Passive does everything for us, but on this occasion, that's not quite true. If you are driving traffic to an external business, yes, we will drive targeted traffic to your business, but that's as far as we're going to go, guys. Okay, we're not going to close a sale. We're not going to follow up with them. We're not going to do the rest of the customer services that we will do for the foundership. But one thing we will do is get eyes on front of your business. So the answer is yes, you can host it on the On Passive platform. Mike, fill in.
No, that was perfect, Red. Don't need to say another word.
All right, Mr. Bright, after hearing you answering question, he said, wow, 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 I must join. I am not going to wait any longer. Thanks so much, leaders, for the wonderful work you are doing. May God bless you. Thank you, Mr. Bright. And yes, you make the right decision to be in On Passive as well. All right, when does the window close for new members? Anyone want to? We don't know that. We don't have the end date. You are still have a chance to become a founder of On Passive. So Mike, I see your mic is on. Do you want to?
Yeah, the opportunity will never close, but the opportunity to become a founder will close. And the founding position, as we've said, is extremely powerful. It does so many things for you and your bottom line. Now that window, we know it's very, very short right now. I mean, very, very short. I'm not talking months, but we can't give you an exact date. I have a pretty good idea when we're going into the global launch. And that's, again, you know, when you become a founder, you can go into the back office, listen to the last webinar that Ash did, the last two. You're going to know exactly the time frame involved. We just can't share that on an open forum. It really is for founding members only. But what I can tell you is the window is very, very, very short. Don't wait. Don't wait, because you will miss this train as far as being a founding member of On Passive. Do not wait. I can tell you that. And as you become a founder, you're going to get in, watch the videos, and you're going to go, whoa, I just made it. So that's what we can tell you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike Ellis. All right. Like I said, I put the email that you could request for the recording, and also a website, onpassive.com, if you'd like to know more information about it. All right. Peter from Austria asked the question, are there solutions to telephony in On Passive to forget the usual provider?
If you're talking about SMS marketing, in other words, marketing with smartphones, yeah, that will be an On Passive. On Passive will market in every way you can think about. Old, new technology. On Passive will be doing all of it. SMS marketing is one of those things that will be available in On Passive. But again, the nice thing about On Passive, if you don't have another business, they're going to do all that for us. We don't even have to worry about that technology. And I know when I say SMS marketing, most people go, what? They don't know what it is. And that's okay. On Passive will do all of this for our On Passive business. Dan, Red, if you have anything to add, go ahead.
No, I just say that we hear Ash Mufareh talk all the time about how we're light years ahead of anything that's out there right now, and probably 5 to 10 years ahead of the competition, which we don't really even consider having any competition at this point in time. So if it hasn't been invented, or it's going to be invented, On Passive will be part of it. And there's stuff that we don't, there's stuff that there's products that Ash Mufareh has that he hasn't even shared with us yet. So it isn't like we only have 50 companies or 50 products. It's an infinite amount of products, and it's an ongoing process.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dan. All right, we have the last few really good questions. I like 3 of you to chime in on this as well, and this is probably a final words also. I hear that once we pay the amount of $250 or $300, then this amount will pay by our winning, like mean our earning. How certain are you? This is too good to be true. So who would like to start? Red?
It's a great question, and it's one everyone asks, because sometimes in life, when you look at stuff, it's too good to be true. Normally, it's too good to be true. But on this occasion, I can honestly say that it's not. We have to pay, but what we have been is guaranteed by our CEO that we are only going to pay out of pocket on these 2 occasions. Once to become a founder, to lock your position in, and then the other one to activate your account for the $200 to $300. How certain are we? We are very, very certain, because our CEO has said that if by any miracle you do not have the 3 people under you that the company is going to get for you, you still don't have to pay out of pocket. All that will happen is that your account will be paused for a short period of time until you get more people in there. But let me just say one thing to you. About 9 months ago or so, our company decided to run a campaign to see how long it would take to get 1 million opt-ins. Now, an opt-in is somebody who willingly gives their first and last name and a valid email address to receive more information. This is an opt-in. Now, how long did you think it took the company to get that 1 million opt-ins? Was it a week? Was it a month? Was it 6 weeks? It was 4 days. And this was without even using any of the AI software that we will be using in our marketing campaigns. We estimate that within our first year, we will have 100 million customers. Remember, guys, this opportunity that you have been shown today is for the founder's position. We are going to be a customer-based business, but we, as the founders, will take advantage of these customers who will be purchasing these products and services, and we will get the commission that will cover all of our costs. Over to you guys.
I'll just throw one other thing in there too, is that keep in mind that 1,080,000 people that we have right now as founding members of this company. And once we go to the global launch, we all become customers as well. So we're all customers. We're all activating our subscription to get OnPassive working for us. And think about that, 1 million customers activating their subscription, we become an instant unicorn company or $1 billion company right off the bat. So it is too good to be true, but it's very, very well structured, well organized, and it's a business model that has never been done before.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Red. Mike, do you want to add anything else to that?
Yeah, just very, very quickly. I know exactly where you're coming from. It just sounds too good to be true. It really does. And when I came in, initially I said, nah, no one can do that. And I waited about 3 months before I got back into OnPassive. But when you start to understand what Ash has done, the way OnPassive is structured, and the way it's structured to help each and every one of us take care of those finances, you start to understand that not only is it true, but Ash Mufareh and what he's done, it is absolutely ingenious. It's never been done before online. You will never find this again online. And Ash's goal is to help you take care of those bottom lines. And even though it might seem almost impossible to be true, it absolutely is. Again, Red, Dan, and I, Julie, we've been in it for a couple of years. And what he's done over those last 2.5 years, it's remarkable. And he's done it for you, period. He's done it for you to come on, build an income, build residual income, build wealth. It really is that simple. Julie, back over to you. Hopefully that helped the individual. But if you don't come in, that's okay too. You will be a customer. That's how good the products are. But better to come in, not only be a customer, but benefit from what Ash and his team is doing.
Absolutely. Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, the only way for you to understand whether or not it's true, take the leap of faith, pay the $97, become a founder, and come into Go Founders and listen to the last 2 webinars that we all had. You can tell whether or not it is true. And at that time, you still have 30 days to get your money back. All right. So if you're in doubt, take the leap of faith, become a founders of OnPassive. Thank you so much, panelists that are here. Thank you all our founders that are supporting from the chat. Thank you all of our guests here. We do hope that this session helped you to make a $97 decision. My dear friend Milo always say, this is a multi-millions dollars business. It's not a $97 expenditure business. So we do hope that you consider to become a founder of OnPassive. Get in with us because the train is going to take off. Once again, I'm putting in the chat the email that you could request for the recording of this webinar. And you can also go to onpassive.com to know more about OnPassive as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here. Thank you, the panelists, for being here with us. We do hope that you have a great day. Good night from Orange County, California.
Guys, get some sleep. We're running.
Yes, we are. Take care of yourself.
There we are.
Good day, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.